Hello Odoers, welcome back to our Odoo technical session. Myself Dipanshu from Devintelle Consulting Service Private Limited. In this video, I will show you how to generate sequence number in Odoo. So don't waste the time and let's start now. So sequence number are used to automatically generate unique IDs for records like orders, invoice or tickets. So why we use sequence in Odoo? So sequences in Odoo help to maintain the unique and organized numbering for the business record. So instead of manually entering a reference number, Odoo can automatically generate one when you create the new record. For example, when we create the new mole record, we want a unique code like mole1, mole2 and so on. So let's understand it by the step by step. So first step is define a sequence in the sequence.xml file. So here we go into our custom module dev_mole. Then we create the new data folder, and into this data folder we create new sequence.xml file, and into this XML file we define a sequence. So here we set data no update is equal to true. Then we set unique ID. Then we set model ir.sequence. Here I set name mole sequence, and into the code I write mole.mole because I want to create the sequence for the mole object. Here I set prefix mole / and into the padding I set 5. So 5 number is came into the sequence, and here into the field name number increment I set 1. And then we have to define the sequence.xml file into the manifest file. So here I define sequence.xml file in the manifest file. Then step 2, to add the field into the model. So here I go into the py file of mole.mole object and I add the new field number. This is a character field. I set the string number and set required true, copy false, read only true, and default value is new. So now step 3, to override the create method to assign the sequence. So here I add the create method, and into the condition I check if else.get number is equal to new, then add the number by the sequence we define into the sequence.xml file. So here first it connect with ir.sequence object and then set the sequence by next by code method, and here we have to write the code that we define into the sequence.xml file, and here it is default new, and then we return the default create method. So now step 4, to define the field into the XML file. So here we have to define the number field into the mole.mole object XML file. So we go into the mole.mole object XML file. This is the form view of mole.mole object, and here I set the number field like this, and then restart the server and upgrade the module and refresh this page. Here I also add number field into the list view. So when I create the new record, suppose I set the name XYZ mole place and then save this record, then here you can see the sequence is generated automatically. Here you can see this is the sequence 1, sequence 2. So this is how you can generate the sequence number in Odoo.
If you have any doubts, questions, so let's write into the comment section. We will try to solve your doubts. Thank you for the watching our video. Let's meet into the next session.